In this bulletin, Ministry records 1 new case of COVID-19. Additional measures for businesses. And 6 questioned for alleged stoning. Good morning. The Ministry of Health has recorded 1 new case of COVID-19 yesterday. Permanent Secretary for Health Dr. James Fong says the new case is a household contact of the latest Vunimono Nandali case announced yesterday. The ministry is continuing with the contact tracing investigations. Dr. Fong says 1 patient has recovered, which means there are now 57 active cases in isolation facilities. The Permanent Secretary says 10 cases under investigation are considered as community transmission until proven otherwise. Mandatory minimum parameters have been set up for safety operating essential businesses during the pandemic. The Ministry of Commerce says any person who refuses or neglects to comply commits an offence and is liable to a $10,000 fine or imprisonment of up to 5 years under the Public Health Act. Kritika Kumar reports.
The protocols apply to essential industries only because high-risk businesses remain closed.
Only essential business at the moment in the containment areas. So these are related to, like the PS of Health has said, movement of fuel, food and freight, and businesses that are supporting these essential businesses.
There are more than 18 non-negotiable requirements, which means traders are legally bounded to comply. Some of the key ones including wearing personal protective equipment at all times, hand-washing facilities, Care Fiji and Bluetooth is mandatory. Operators must also have an isolation room for suspected COVID-19 cases and provide transport for employees to get to work and home.
I urge businesses not to begin this process with a temporary timeline in mind. Normal has a new definition. The world has adapted to cater for the risk of coronavirus, so must we.
The protocols are designed to ensure zero to minimal risk when continuing essential services and may be subject to review. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
The sheer magnitude of the effects of COVID-19 has also affected counsellors at Empower Pacific. They are part of the frontline workers providing psychological and mental support to Fijians affected by the pandemic. Jasana Nuga reports a psychological health and safety bubble has been created for these counsellors in case they need support.
Empower Pacific's safety bubble has created an environment of open dialogue to reduce stress and anxiety among the team.
If they need access to external mental health and psychosocial support services, we are very happy to organize external counseling sessions for our staff from a trusted organization or a person that we have dealt with before.
Singh says they are dealing with the situation well, using tried and tested strategies to address burnout.
At this time, we are also one of those people that are also affected as well, because we are human at the end of the day. And we also have our families to cater for, and then work has actually amplified, it has intensified as well as amplified.
Among frontline workers, the Fiji Police Force is also ensuring its officers are provided with psychological support to manage difficult situations.
We are continuing making awareness within amongst our police officers themselves. You know that the work is very stressful, and also we are encouraging our commanders on the ground to map out the rest cycle for our police officers.
Singh says they will continue to providing essential support services remotely, targeting people battling mental stress as well as victims of social issues. Chosayana Nunga, FBC News.
6 men are currently being questioned by police about the alleged assault and stoning of a house in Korovo on Tuesday night. The incident that was captured in a video is circulating on social media. It is alleged the 6 who were heavily intoxicated were throwing stones at a house belonging to a 19-year-old man and allegedly assaulted a member of the family. Police are still looking for 2 other suspects who were part of the group. Investigations are ongoing. In light of the continued movement restrictions, Fiji Airways and Fiji Link have extended their flight cancellations. All domestic Fiji Link passenger flights have been cancelled until May 30th. All international Fiji Airways passenger repatriation flights in and out of Fiji have also been cancelled until May 30th. Fiji Airways says dedicated freighter services will continue to ensure vital export and import supply chains for Fiji remain intact. 3 families living in Baulevu, just outside Nosori, are concerned about their safety following a soil erosion next to their homes, which has caused them to take extra precautions. Farmer Sunil Kumar says continuous heavy rain since Wednesday night has caused soil erosion that is affecting residents' homes. Kumar says there are 15 people living in the 5-block premises and they have begun moving as a precaution. The 47-year-old says they have contacted relevant authorities as they are worried that the situation may worsen with more rain.
We are all frightened now because half of the part of the mud has already come. The other half is still hanging there. And at the moment of how the rain is going on, we all are frightened. Actually, I have told everybody to just move in front. All the kitchen, everything, the groceries, everything, the clothes, we have moved closer at the front part of the house.
Tokoriki Island Resort has received several accolades in TripAdvisor's 2021 Traveler's Choice Best of the Best Awards. It's the only local hotel voted in the top 25 in the world and #1 in the top 25 hotels in the South Pacific. It's also been selected 5th for romance hotels in the region. Tokoriki has been awarded top awards by TripAdvisor consistently over the past 7 years. General Manager Robert Ring says this is a testament to their incredible team striving for guests to have a relaxing, romantic, refined and memorable experience. Restoring and sustainably managing areas used for agriculture or aquaculture is critical in reducing poverty and achieving food security. The Environment and Agriculture Ministries are taking a sustainable approach to food production, ensuring that it's in sync with sustainable development goals while supporting biodiversity. As part of the UN Food Summit, the government is partnering with the private sector to reduce deforestation caused by food cultivation.
The first step towards that in biodiversity, in a biodiversity-friendly approach or practice in positive food production systems, is selecting the right mix of native trees in forest restoration efforts, which is very essential to meet our SDGs.
Up ahead, Fiji Sevens Training Challenge and franchise competition a blessing. Stay with us. Welcome back. The Fiji Sevens side is at a disadvantage compared to other teams who have stepped up preparations for the Olympic Games in Tokyo, Japan. Due to the restrictions, the national squad can't train together and players have tasked with following individual programs. On the other hand, Australia and the All Black Sevens will play 6 games from tomorrow to Sunday as they prepare to stake their claim on the next Olympic Sevens gold. Aquila Dama has more.
They can't train together, and our only hope now for some competitive matches will be the Oceania Sevens in Australia, if the team can travel.
Once relaxation are given, then we will plan accordingly on how to prepare. As we look forward to participating in the Oceania Sevens tournament in Brisbane in June. But all that depends on the restrictions that are in place.
While Fiji will have to work even harder to defend its gold medal, teams like Kenya and South Africa are putting in final touches before naming their Olympic squads.
There's 2 opportunities for us, not just team selection, but one or two things in our game plan that we want to see whether it's going to come off or not.
Fiji has 67 more days to prepare before the Olympic Games, which starts on 23rd July. Aquila Dama, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Volleyball family is mourning the loss of a dedicated administrator. Ratu Ilyasa Raketekete, who was a coach, trainer, games commissioner and referees commissioner for Fiji Volleyball and the Suva Volleyball Association, has passed away. A man that will always be remembered for his significant contribution to the growth of volleyball in Fiji.
We will miss him a lot. He played a very instrumental role in revamping Suva again for the last 2 seasons. We ended the second season well. We had lifted up the game to a certain level.
Raiwanga Volleyball President Francis Lennion says Raketekete poured his heart into the sport since the early 80s.
We started to form the Fiji Volleyball Association's referees. That's where I came to really see his effort in trying to lead this game.
Oceania Volleyball Federation and its partners have also sent condolences to his family. After the completion of 2 rounds of its franchise meet earlier this year, Touch Federation Fiji is confident of building the best team for the next Pacific Games. The competition brought out some of the best in the sport. Though they still have 1 round left, TFF President Devita Mau says they have already had some players in mind for the national squad.
We are very happy that the competition has unraveled this pool of talent as we build up towards 2023.
Some showers and isolated thunderstorms over Kandavu, Lomaiviti, southern Lao Group, Taveuni, the eastern parts and interior of Viti Levu and Vanua Levu. Elsewhere, cloudy periods with afternoon or evening showers and isolated thunderstorms, showers becoming frequent from tonight. That's FBC Morning News. Join us at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For news you can trust, get the facts from FBC's TV, radio and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj. Take care and good morning.